Hey, what's up everybody? It's Reed, it's Sunday, and this week we're talking about names. We picked our names, and basically anything associated with names. So I'm going to start first by saying that I had a lot of trouble picking my name, and sometimes I still don't know if I really like it. Like, I like the name Reed, I just don't know if it suits me. And there were a couple other names that I was thinking about that I didn't end up going with or actually even trying out, and I think that if I had maybe tried them out, I would have gone with a different name, etc., but I'll get there in a second. So picking a different name was like my first step basically in transitioning that involved other people. So I started dressing more masculinely and I cut my hair and other stuff like binding, but that was kind of only within me and for me. The first step in my transition that I took that actually got other people involved was having them call me by a different name. So the first group of people that ever called me by not my birth name were my group of friends from high school. They were really open and really understanding about my trans identity, and they were going to do anything that they could to support me in that. So part of that was being the only people in my life at that time who called me by a more masculine name. So I first asked my parents if they had ever thought of a boy name for me, and my situation is a little unique because I'm adopted, so they knew actually that I was going to be born a girl like way before they even got me. They never even thought about boy names because they just knew that I would be born female, so they never went down that route. I did want to involve them a little bit, and actually when they did name me, they gave me my mom's initials, so I ultimately decided to keep them, just kind of to still honor the choice that they made, etc. So going with the R theme, the first name that I tried was Russell. I love the name Russell, like for someone else, or Russ for someone else, but not for me. It like made me actually physically ill to hear that name, and I still am not really sure why. I just think that it wasn't for me, and I also think that at the point that I was at in my transition, I was actually not ready to go with like a fully masculine name yet. So when I told my therapist about this, she actually suggested that I pick a more androgynous name, even just for now, to get used to being called a name that wasn't my birth name, and also to get used to being called different pronouns at the same exact time. So I then chose the name Riley. And Riley was a name that I really liked, and then I was like, okay, I'm comfortable with a name that isn't my birth name, and that's kind of more androgynous, and that was where I wanted to go, and I also wanted to go with a unique name. I was just looking in name books and trying to get ideas from literally everywhere, and it pretty much came down to Reed. I wasn't trying to decide between that and anything else. It really just kind of fit and popped out to me, so that is what I ended up going with, Reed Levi. RLW, still my initials, have always been my initials, kept my mom's initials, so that's pretty cool, and it's personal to me. So yeah, so that's the story of my name that I have now. On another note, I get messages a lot about people's parents not wanting to call them the right name or use the right pronouns, or you know, a myriad of different things, but I just want to say that I had a lot of trouble as well at first with my parents, and they actually refused to call me Reed for a very long time, and they started calling me by my middle name. They started calling me that because they just would not call me Reed. I just don't think they could at that point in time. So that's a good workaround if you have another name or a nickname or something that's more androgynous. I know that it still is sort of invalidating that people won't call you by the correct name, and if that goes on for a while, then obviously it's something that needs to be addressed. But it was a good workaround for me and my parents. It worked in our situation, that they were able to call me a name that I was comfortable with, that was still androgynous, but it kind of eased them into, you know, calling me by Reed, which was not a name that they had ever associated with me before. And just if anyone's curious, the other name that I really wanted, and I made a video about this on my channel like probably 3 years ago, is Seth. I really love the name Seth. I don't know, I just wish that I had tried it to see if I liked it, but again, I kind of at first I just ruled out all names that didn't start with R because I did want to keep my initials at that time. So I did what was right for me at the time. I love the name Reed. I love Reed Levi together. It's good for me, it suits me. It's the name of my ex-boyfriend, which is kind of odd, but that's not for here. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. If you guys have any questions about my name or picking a name or whatever, please leave them in the comments below and I will answer them as soon as I can, and I will see you all next week. Bye.